Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Witch is the Moon, week number 10. Week 10. Sorry, I got to keep my handy dandy list of topics going here because I lose track of where we are, even though I write it down. So by now, New Year's is past, and I hope every one of you had a wonderful New Year's celebration. I hope that 2018 brings you everything that you want. So since what we see and what we visualize manifests, make it manifest, my friends. Make it manifest. Now, this week's topic is first rule of Witch Club. Don't talk about Witch Club. Back in the day when witchcraft was still kind of looked askance at, and it really still is by some people, although I feel it's far more recognized and appreciated for what it is today than it was many years ago. Secrecy was of the absolute. You had to keep secret in order to keep people from persecuting you. And really, the burning times are still not that far away. If you look, there's a lot of persecution of witches or people who are perceived as witches in Africa and the Middle East and in other areas. And since those ideals are spreading rapidly, just keep in mind that the burning times are never far away. Now, that doesn't mean we should respond with likewise hatred, so don't be taking that as a shout out to go out and do anything stupid. Just keep in mind that not everybody who looks nice is. And there are some people that you probably shouldn't tell. But that being said, I mean, I have a lot of clients who are very devoutly Catholic and would flip their shit if they knew I was a practicing witch. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, look, this is what I believe, this is what I do, this is what it really is. And if you have a problem with that, then maybe it's best that we don't communicate. But I don't feel that secrecy serves the same purpose it used to in terms of the practice of the craft. A lot of people are choosing to come out of the broom closet and say, you know, I am a practicing witch. In some circles, secrecy is still held, and I can understand the purpose for it and why you would keep secret. And what I'm referring to specifically here is that when you join a formal coven or group, many of the especially third degree teachings are supposed to be kept secret to that coven because each coven does things slightly differently. There you're taking an oath that you will keep secret the secrets of that particular coven, not so much witchcraft itself. So I have no problem with that. I mean, if covens have certain things and oaths that they want to keep in certain ways that they do things that they feel they want to keep out of the public eye, I don't have a problem with that. Just like I don't have a problem with a private business, you know, refusing service or a person refusing to patron a certain place because of certain things. My thing is that on the whole, I don't think that secrecy serves the practice of witchcraft any further. I think secrecy in some ways has caused a lot of mysterium about witchcraft, which has in some way kind of heightened its interest. You know, people are interested in witchcraft because it seems mysterious and spooky and forbidden. You know, it's kind of like you always want that thing you can't have, and this seems naughty and forbidden to a lot of people. But when they start to learn what being in the craft actually is, it takes away some of that mysterium for them, and they're kind of like, oh, that's all this is? No. Well, why didn't you just say so? So, but at the same time, it rips away that misconception that comes with the label of witchcraft, because other religions have had 2,000 plus years to persecute witchcraft as something that is bad. Now, I don't necessarily think that you should run out and shout out, hey, I'm a witch, you know, if you feel keeping things secret is what's best for you, then absolutely do that. But clearly, I think we're seeing that the veil of secrecy around witchcraft has been rent or lifted somewhat, especially with YouTube channels like this one. YouTube channels like Lady Gravedancer, Sunshine Morning Ray, and the Hellbound Heathen, some of, Anna Kavatin's Channel the Sea Witch, and you've got Alvine Green and Joey Morris and Darren Taylor and all of these wonderful people who are magical practitioners or call themselves witches that have come forward and said, look, this is what my path means to me. And they've taken away some of that negative influence that goes with the label of witch. I think people are starting, because we have let go of some of that secrecy, to see witchcraft for what it actually is and to understand the beauty in it, which has caused a great growth in witchcraft. Now, one of the things I want to touch on in this video that doesn't deal directly with the secrecy is that I do feel that it has increased a lot of interest. Taking away the secrecy has increased the interest in the craft, but at the same time, that doesn't mean everybody who gets into it stays with it. I think taking away some of that secrecy is a really good way of weeding out people that think that they know what it is and want to practice it, but aren't really, their heart's not really in it. I don't want to say that they're not cut out for it, because I truly believe that these abilities lie within each and every person, but it's not what they are called to use. They aren't called to utilize that energy and that power in the way that the rest of us are. So they go away from it, or it doesn't speak to them in some way. It's not their path to the divine, and so they move away from it after they've studied it, but at least they've had an opportunity to find out what it really is so that they don't speak negatively about it to others. And I think that's good. Now, that being said, I know that there are still people who were practicing at some point, and for whatever reason they left the craft, and now they're talking about how evil it is, and they've reconverted and all of this stuff. So take that as it is. We're all individuals. Again, if you are in a coven and you are called or under oath to keep some level of secrecy, then absolutely you should. You should respect the rules of your coven and your group and keep secret those which are secret. But I really applaud people like Timothy Roderick, who have maintained their vow of secrecy and kept the personal goals and secrets of their coven secret, while still imparting the knowledge that the first, second, and hopefully soon third degree learnings will provide. So I think that there's a way to go about talking about the craft and teaching about the craft without giving away anything that's a deep secret for some group or other. I think a lot of what's available out there now has really helped the craft a lot. I think lifting the secrecy has helped the craft a great deal, and so I don't necessarily keep that. So I hope that you all learned something from this video. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.